All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about layer menu, I should say. So let's go to layer. Let's create a new layer, and you can see all these different options. So we're going to make a new layer and all this stuff. New text. Let's do new solid. I'm getting so excited. Hold on. Solid. Hit OK. Let's make light. I'm going click crazy here. Let's do camera. Let's do null object. Let's do shape layer. Let's do adjustment layer. Content aware fill layer. Let's do Photoshop file, untitled.psd, which we made earlier. I'm going to replace that, sure. I'll update it. And then let's go back to AfterEffects. And then let's do one more, and that's going to be Maxon Cinnamon 4D file, which I don't have one, but we can make one. So we have all these different layers together. And this is why I love AfterEffects, because they have layers and not tracks. I love layers. Everything I do is in layers. I digress. Hopefully I don't crash After Effects. If I do, that's okay. We'll just keep going. But we're gonna let the little wheel spin here and decide if it wants to cooperate with us or not. Okay, there you go. All right. So, it's going to open up Cinema 4D. So that'll run in the background. I do not have a license set up or anything like that. So, all right. So this is what we got. So these are all the new layers that we've created. So what I'm going to do is because we have so many layers, so much fun to have, I want to expand the timeline a little bit more. Okay, like that. So that we can see, when you open these up, then we can actually see what we're doing. Okay, and it gives you plenty of space to work. There you go. Everything is layers. In the visual world, if you're doing After Effects, special effects, graphics, video, it's all about the layers and overlays. That's how I see the world. And red, green, and blue, and layers. Okay. So let's talk about each layer now. So what I'm going to do is a fun thing. We're going to turn all these off. So if you just click and drag, they'll turn them on, click and drag, turn them off. Let's hit Command S to save this. And then let's go through one by one and talk about what each one of these are. So the first one was text. So let's find the empty text layer. Turn that on, okay? And let's type in text. And then let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so what you can do over here is you can select a color. So let's do like a lime green. Okay, and then we can change the font. Okay, I can change the position if I hit the letter V for the selection tool. Then I can change it and move it around. And for this example, we're going to do Learn Tech. And then I will shrink this down a little bit. And then I'll move it over a little bit. That's kind of cool. Different. Okay. So that's text. Now, then we have a solid. Okay. And what I want to do is I actually want to integrate these two together. So we're going to put the solid below the text so we can see Learn Tech and the solid together. Okay. Then we have light. So let's add light to this. Okay. Now you're not going to see that until you render. But once you render, it's going to be amazing. Okay. So again, we won't see anything right now. Camera. Okay. So what does camera do? Camera just gives you a different angle, a different perspective. Okay. So you can adjust your camera however you want. And so zooming in is called trucking. Okay. You can go left, you can go right. You can tilt, go in, go out. Okay. Then we have null, which was what? A null object. Okay. Then we have a shape layer. Okay. Let's see what the fill is here. I don't see the shape, but I'm trying to see, just for this example, if I can see it. If we can't, that's fine. Okay, so I found it. If I bring it over here, I'm not sure why it doesn't have color. That's okay. Okay, then we have an adjustment layer. Okay, content aware fill layer, Photoshop file, and then that. Okay, so now let's look at the solid settings. So you can see all the different things that you can create new right inside of After Effects without even leaving. Okay, so now let's go to solid settings. And what we can do is we can change the color. So let's make it, instead of white, we'll do red. Okay. We can also do, we can open a layer, open a source. We're not going to do that. We can put a mask. So let's do a new mask. And let's see if it gives me a, okay, mask and shape path, Roto Bezier, okay, and then let's do free transform points. So this allows you to use the free transform tool, which I use a ton in Photoshop. Okay, and then let's look at, okay, so quality, we have best, you can do draft or wireframe. Switches, we can hide other video, show all video, unlock all layers, enable expressions, disable expressions, and then these are the things that are showing. Okay, transform, we can reset. You can adjust the anchor point, the position, the scale, rotation, opacity, flip horizontal, vertical, center and view, center anchor point, fit to comp width, fit comp height, audio orientation, time. We can show time reverse layer, time stretch, frame blending, frame mix, pixel motion, 3D layer, guide layer, markers, add a marker, lock markers. Okay, so this will just, when on the timeline, you can make markers. So I can add a marker there, we can put one here, and say, okay, all these markers, I want to do different effects, or, you know, preserve transparency, blending mode, so we can do normal, dissolve, dancing, all these different options, okay, will give you a different effect. So I highly recommend you to experiment with those and have fun with them. Track matte, alpha inverted matte, luma inverted matte, layer style, show all, remove all, drop shadow, inner shadow, outer glow, inner glow, bevel emboss, satin, color overlay, gradient overlay, and stroke. Okay, and all of these options are available in Photoshop as well. So if I do inner glow, I wouldn't do it so much on this. I would do it on text. So go back to layer and do inner, you know, something like that. Let's see if this will let me. Okay, so it's giving a little bit of stroke, but it's very hard to see, so if I adjust the size. Okay, yeah, now the text is almost white because there's so much glow. All right, so you get the idea. I'm going to save that, and then let's do arrange. We can bring the front, forward, backwards, send to back. Again, this is layers, so think of this like a sandwich. This is the bottom of the sandwich, cheese, meat, bread, okay? So depending on where you want your layers, that's where it's going to be positioned. Reveal, okay? So we can reveal layer and project flowchart, composition project, reveal expression errors. we can convert to editable text, shapes from text, mask from text, create shapes from vector layer, create keyframes from data, camera, create camera from 3D view, stereo 3D rig, orbit null, reset camera, auto trace, pre-compose. Okay. There you go. All right. So that is the layer menu. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.